Hey there everybody, Dr. Slammer here. The video you're about to watch is mostly unedited. Other than cutting out breaks taken, some lengthy loading screens, and speeding up a few less than engaging sections where I or one of the primary technicians aren't speaking, it'll be just about the same as if you were watching it live. Thanks for checking it out, and I hope you have or had a great day. Be good to yourselves and stay hydrated. Hey
Hey
there
there,
everybody.
everybody.
Sorry about that. Hey there everybody. It's me, Dr. Slammer. Hopefully, we're gonna have a much smoother session tonight. I've done some tests, or I did a little bit of testing. I did, tweaked a little bit of settings. Uh, did a few tests last night. Managed not to have any game freezes, which is pretty cool. I'd prefer not to have any more of that tonight. So hopefully, you know, I don't look like a liar, and this thing starts giving me problems anyways after I tested it last night and made sure everything was working right. But anyways, with that being said, let's go ahead and get started. Unfortunately, we do seem to be having a intermittent commute. Excuse me. First day with my new lips. Intermittent connection issues, but hopefully that'll clear up as we get further in.
Okay, that's the same dialogue over again. I like to talk to people twice just in case they have extra dialogue, because sometimes you have to talk to people twice to get, you know, unlock a secret, or sometimes you have to do it to advance the plot. Is that actually a thing? Because I mean, I never tried to eat bamboo or anything before, but just based on the way like bamboo smells, that, I don't know, that kind of doesn't sound appealing. But I don't know, maybe the shoots are different. Yeah, I'm kind of with Ryogo on that one. I'm kind of giving her the stink eye a little bit on that. Like, what do you? I mean, all right, it's cool. All right, while we're here, I want to go ahead and I want to make sure that everything's working, because that's the three big problem areas that we were having last session was in the network, during missions, which was the worst one, and saving was giving us a lot of problems for whatever reason. But like I said, I tweaked some settings. And I did test it last night. It seemed to work fine, so hopefully it doesn't make me look like a liar. And that's always a possibility. Oh! That seems pretty cool to me. Only one place to go, the bar. So I guess we didn't have to really talk to anybody here, but sure. I guess we'll just leave. We could have just walked in, walked back out, and been able to go back to what's-her-name's house, probably. Yep. Then why do they make such a big deal out of it? Damn, that's brutal. Tale as old as time. Well, funny that you say that. When you turn 16, brother, you look like you're 12. Okay, she has nothing new to say, so let's just talk to ISION. I think I pronounced that right. I'm not very well versed in Chinese. Marcus, were you not paying attention? He said that at the bar. I would say the kid deserves to know. And like they said, you know, what he does with that knowledge, it's all up to him. We're not here to, we're not here to pressure him into making a decision. He's got to do that himself. You know, you lead a horse to water, but you can't force it to drink. Well, I was not very far away. Oh, that doesn't sound good. Oh, man. Not like this. I wish these connection problems would clear up. And like, it's not even consistently bad, it's like constantly fluctuating. Oh, well, I moved the routers back slightly, and it seems to have cleared things up. Which is weird, because I've had it in the same position before, and it worked just fine. But, yeah, whatever. It's working great now. Wish it was working great earlier, but at least it's working better for the action sequences whenever we get to them, because, man, there's been a lot of dialogue. I mean, not that I mind, it's just... I feel like other Front Mission games kind of balance the story and the gameplay more, whereas Front Mission 3, like I played it once, you know, or at least a few times, you know, back when I was younger, and, you know, played it on original, you know, PSX. At the time, it was still kind of new. But, you know, kind of revisiting it now, damn, there's a lot of dialogue. You got a lot of story crammed into this game. It's almost exhausting, a little bit. Like, even Front Mission 4 and 5 had better story to gameplay balance than this. Not a very good hiding spot. Got a little bit of Metal Gear Solid going on here. Oh, do we get round 2 against the Wulong gang now? Yeah, nobody's gonna save you from getting handed these L's, guys. We're gonna put the L in Wulong. Oh man, why can't I use 4 people? Nah, whatever. We don't need 4 people. We got this. looking around, making sure there's like, you know, like abandoned Vonzers for him to jump into. Let's see. Let's take a look at the house real quick. It looks like we come in here. And, okay, there's an exit here. My best bet is to go have Jose go in the house. Maybe have him go over this way so that he can only be kind of surrounded on two sides. Oh no, I forgot to restock people's items. Damn it. Alright, whatever, rock and roll. We got this. Dang, almost took his arm off in one go. Whatever that was, it didn't really matter. Oh, the rest of them showed up. Are you kidding me? Are you serious? A damn handgun stuns a whole Vonzer. You've got to be kidding me. Alright, fine. 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 We'll do it this way. We'll play it this way. I feel like I might have gotten a little overconfident. Come the hell on. Now I'm getting a little bit frustrated because the RNG is just bending me over a barrel right now. Nice. That was cool. I don't know if it's going to really make a difference in this fight, because I forgot to give them items. And we're off to a horrible start. Hiss and Nichols, come on! Again, this wouldn't have been such a big deal if it hadn't started out so horribly. We might get our first game over tonight, fellas. We might get our first game over tonight, and I'm not too thrilled about it. And not gonna lie, it's kind of on me because I forgot to make sure everybody's items were stocked up because I'm so gun shy about going to the network now because of the damn freeze-ups we were having last night. Why are these guns inflicting status effects so often? These little rinky-dink handguns should not be inflicting confusion and stun. Okay, we're in 15 to 20 feet tall war machines. Small arms fire shouldn't be doing a damn thing to us at all. I wonder if he ran out of grenades. I hope so. I'm not going to say anything, even though I really want to. Like, it would be different. It would be different if, you know, they had, like, a skill that was, like, you know, or the eject pistol, or if there was, you know, you could equip different, you know, personal arms that had different effects. But the fact that I can, you know, any of my pilots can be ejected out of a, like I said, 15 to 20 foot tall war machine by small arms fire. By small arms fire. That is ridiculous, and I'm glad they stopped doing that in Front Mission 4. I don't mind the force ejection skills, but the fact that, like, every attack can randomly stun you or confuse you or eject you from your machine it's aggravating. And it's the one big mark against Front Mission 3. Back then and now, that's the one thing that I did not care for in this game, and I don't care for it now. It's annoying. It's annoying, it's aggravating, especially with, you know, the luck around here at the labs. RNG does not like us around here. RNG does not like us around here. I'm gonna risk it all. Ah, no. I should have punched the soldier instead. Whew. I honestly didn't think I was going to make it through that because, you know, the game felt like it was just actively working against me for the first entire half of that mission. No, don't tell me. Don't tell me this thing is still freezing. Do not tell me this thing is still freezing. I fixed this last night. I tested it out myself. Yeah. Son of a bitch. It's frozen. All right. Yeah, see? And this is where I had it. This is where I had it last night. This is where I was testing it last night to make sure it would work. Now we have to do that whole mission over again. Damn it. Alright, whatever, fine. It gives us a chance to do it more cleanly. Wait a minute. Wait, is this where we started off from? Or did I load the wrong one? No, that was the latest one. That's where I was at last night. You know what? Let's see. Let's see where it opens it up at. Okay, yeah, now we're good. Start. Well, now we gotta sit through all this again. All because the damn game. This damn game wants to keep freezing up on me now. All these other sessions before, we're doing good, we're doing fine. And now, from, you know, the freaking top rope down from the rafters, bugs, freezing, RNG trying to screw me over. Alright, you know what? I'm gonna try saving here. Alright, so you have to go out. Go to the bar. Talk to everybody real quick. Because I think if we don't talk to anybody, we don't get the thing with Quan, and I don't know if that changes anything or not. I don't care about you, jealous guy. You don't even know us. It's not my fault you're hot for that girl. Don't make it our problem. I got enough problems as is. Alright, screw it. We're just gonna save around every corner. Save around every corner, because I don't want to have to sit here and hammer through start again to go through dialogue that we've already seen, because the game wants to keep freezing. Alright, let's go back to the house. Just trying to have fun here, and, you know, life doesn't want me to do that right now. And honestly, if this keeps up, like, as much as I don't want to do this, if we keep if I keep having these problems here, or, you know, if me or Charlie or Cassie or whoever's on the hot seat, if we keep having these problems, we're gonna have to put the front mission 3 stream on hold until we figure out why this keeps happening. Despite me testing it last night and making sure it worked, because, you know, I didn't want this to happen again. Yes, we've seen all this dialogue again. We've seen all this. Damn it. There. And then go back to her house. Check on them, make sure they're doing okay, even though they are. We gotta talk to her, press start a bunch because we've already seen this dialogue. I'm not gonna make everybody sit through it again. By everybody, I mean nobody right now, but, you know, whenever I upload the VOD or whatever. But yeah, if this, like I said, if this keeps up, I don't want to have to do this, but I might have to put the Front Mission 3 stream on hold until I figure out why it keeps doing this. If worse comes to worse, I'll just play that mission off. You know, if it worse comes to worse, I'll play that mission again off camera because, well, I already played it once. I sucked balls at it, but that's half not my fault though, because damn RNG kept screwing me over in the beginning. That reminds me, I do have to make sure everybody's got items this time. So that was one thing that kind of screwed us over too. Oh. This is unreal. This is unreal. I don't want to have to quit playing Front Mission 3 because despite the parts of it that frustrate me, I am enjoying the game. I do enjoy playing this game. I don't want to have to you know, put this stream on hold, but if this keeps happening, I'm going to have to do that. And hell, I might even change gears tonight. Try to figure out something else to stream. Because I can't deal with this anymore. Like, this is just... I mean, I did save recently, so maybe maybe my problem is that I just had needed to do a fresh boot. What did you just save to the memory card? What are you talking about? Alright, let's go ahead and load. Load a game. You have got to be kidding me! Let me see, is this... Okay, this was at the intermission. Actually, I am going to try something real quick. I mean, it's kind of a last-ditch effort because, well, it's kind of too late for me to change gears right now. Let's try D3D11. I don't expect... At this point, like, I don't... Okay, what's... Okay, what happened? What's going on here? Oh, like, why did it pause? I didn't... Whatever. Alright. Let's try this one more time. If we have another damn freeze, I'm probably just going to call it quits for tonight. Because I really don't want to have to sit here and keep having to wrestle with this. And if it freezes up one more time, I'm going to change gears. I'm going to find something else to play for a while. Maybe I'll start up Front Mission 4, because I know that one. Because I know that game, you know, on the PS2, whatever. That's not going to give me any problems. Because I did a full playthrough of that before I started doing streams. So, yeah, blah, blah, blah. This stuff again. Honestly, I think the worst part of it was that it happened at the end of the fight. It happened at the end. I cleared it. Oh, stage clear. And then, oh, just freezes. For no reason. Okay, this is not a very demanding program. Okay, this is not a very demanding program, so it's not a matter of, oh, I'm using too much resources or whatever. No. I don't know what the problem is. I don't know why it keeps doing this. just in case, I'm going to try and save here. Fingers crossed. Okay, I'm surprised. I'm trying to go to the network. Thoughts and prayers, everybody. So if we have any problems, I'm probably just gonna walk after that. Bro, well, wish y'all have a good night, morning, whatever, and I'm gonna walk. Alright, go to the shop. I just want to buy items. I just want to make sure everybody's got items. Alright, that's it. Good night, everybody. I'm not doing this anymore. I am tired of wrestling with these constant freezes. I don't understand why it keeps doing this. I had no problems when I was testing it last night. And... I just about had it. I've just about had it with this. This is ridiculous. This is absolutely ridiculous. I can't even buy items to do what I need to do. Because every time I go to the damn shop, it wants to go, hey, I'm going to freeze up for no reason. I'll try reloading this. Okay. Whatever, I'm just gonna keep going. I'm gonna tough it out for a little longer. Maybe up 10-20 minutes. See if we can get lucky and the damn game won't freeze. And after that, if we're still having issues, then I'm gonna walk for real. Just in case. Okay, that's what I thought. We have no items stocked, so... Great. Alright. Good morning, Nasakumi. We've been kind of having some technical issues tonight. I'm not sure I don't know what's been going on, but we've been having some random freezes here, so I just wanted to give you a heads up, a little bit of a warning. We're trying to make some progress. We had finished a mission, and the emulator decided to freeze at the end. So yeah, that kind of sucked, but it is what it is. Let's try again. Hopefully we're not going to have any more issues. A little frustrating, but I'm going to try and look on the bright side. Ain't that the truth? I mean, the sad part is that before this, like a few nights ago, I wasn't having any problems at all. This is something that started, you know, recently, like not last night's session, but the night before. The last session I did is when it really started to rear its head. And I had tweaked some settings, you know, off camera, and it tested things out and made sure things are running fine. And of course, I show up, get on stream, and I said, you know, and I tell, you know, at the beginning, I said, hey, you know, sorry about last night. I tweaked some stuff. Seems like it's running fine. Wouldn't you know, it made me look like a liar because I've been having issues tonight as well. But I do appreciate you stopping by at least. Anyways, to I guess to get you a little caught up to speed on what's going on, like narrative-wise, there's this sister and brother who weren't actually related because the girl found him in the wreckage of a plane crash, and it turns out he's the heir of the chairman who was killed, and basically has the power to change the country. I'm not exactly sure how to pinpoint the issues because it seems to happen at random. The biggest thing is I'll try to go to either like the network shop on here, and when I try to open the shop, the game freezes. Or every once in a while I try to save the game and it freezes. Or just a few minutes ago I had played through an entire mission and the game froze at the victory screen. And I don't know if it's something with the game or if it's the emulator I'm using that's causing the issues. I almost want to say it's the emulator because, again, this is only something that started happening recently, and there have been a few updates to the emulator I'm using since then. So that's what's got me thinking it might be the software rather than the game itself. Oh yeah, I have, as far as things on the streaming side are going, that's great. Things have been going great on that. Had a little bit of connectivity issues earlier, but I just needed to nudge my router a few inches back and it cleared it right up. And as I was saying earlier, which at the time I was kind of just shouting into the void a little bit, if I have any more issues tonight, I unfortunately am going to have to put this playthrough Front Mission 3 on hold, and I might just jump over to Front Mission 4 because I've had zero issues with the PlayStation 2 emulator, and I played both Front Mission 4 and 5 a couple years ago before I even started streaming. No issues whatsoever. So if I have another freeze, you know, during this session, like I said, I'm probably gonna put Front Mission 3 on hold. Oh, here, let me fix that a little bit. It could be the game was loud, because like I'm looking on OBS and I'm more often than not I am kind of touching the bottom of the red, and I don't know if I need to be have it a little louder, or the game just needs to be a little low. All right, well, I appreciate you pointing that out. I don't get a lot of visitors, and the visitors I do, they kind of pop in for about 5-10 minutes and then take off and don't really say anything, so I don't get a lot of feedback on my audio balance. Anyways, how you doing this morning? Yeah, I and my lab associates, we actually did our first stream over on YouTube, and you're right. Like the discoverability over there is not all that great. Like it's rough. Oh, I see. Well, I hope you have a good day at work whenever you get there. Hopefully I can keep you entertained a little bit on your way there. Yeah, I was actually planning on blowing through all this dialogue because I'd already recorded this, because I record my sessions alongside the streams. That way, I can edit the VODs and upload them in other places too. I was originally going to go through all this dialogue real quick because I'd seen this like 3 different times because of the technical issues with the emulator. But since I got somebody here watching, I kind of feel bad for doing that. So I'm trying not to go through it too fast, at least give you a chance to read since you're here watching it live. I don't know, maybe I'm just overthinking it a little bit. It's just I don't oh, excuse me. Sorry about that. Shoot, I dropped my words. I had a way I was going to explain it, and then I lost it. Give me a moment here. I don't know, I feel like maybe you might be interested in just the bits of story that's happening like right at the moment if you jumped in. I mean, if you're not really interested, I can just kind of speed through the dialogue so I can at least try and get to a mission, and hopefully it doesn't freeze at the end like last time. I mean, I'm cool with whichever. Like I said, I've already seen this dialogue for myself once and recorded it for anyone else who happens to watch this later on. So I mean, if you want me to just put my running shoes on and just get to get to the action, I can do that too. Just let me know. Well, it wasn't really a matter of anyone getting upset. It's just at the time that I was, at the time that I had to first freeze up and was, speeding through the dialogue just so I could get back to where I was, there was nobody watching live. But since I do have somebody here live, but then again, you're also driving, so I don't expect you to, have one eye on the road and one eye on your device. Because I also wasn't sure how you were getting to work. So, like, I didn't know before you mentioned you were driving. I didn't know if you were driving or if you were, on a bus or maybe a train. But like I said, you just mentioned that you're driving, so that does change. I guess that does change things a little bit since you, like I said, really hard to have one eye on the road and one eye on your device. I wouldn't recommend it. I mean, yeah, like, there's only so much you can do to prepare, but, I mean, if something happens in the middle of the stream, it's a lot easier to just fix it there instead of being like, oh, I gotta close the stream and see what's wrong and then start an entirely new stream. I mean, if it's something you can fix and hammer out real quick, just screw it, do it live. Like, I don't know, sometimes I feel like people forget that, there's other people it's other people on the screen, whether it's somebody who's doing a live cam or, the virtual thing like I'm doing. All right, real quick, as much as I don't like to save like this, only just because I've been trying to capture as much of like the classic experience with the problems with freezing. I kind of don't want to have to sit through all that dialogue again. If I have to restart or if I restart the game later. Like I said, I'm going to go ahead and give this mission one more try, and if it freezes up at the end, I'm probably going to put this playthrough on pause, and I'll probably just start up front mission 4. At least till I figure out, what's going on and causing this game or this emulator to freeze up. Though I also heard that the Mecha Break, there's a Mecha Break demo out too, so I might look at that because I did play the open beta. I think it was like it was sometime last year, like the end of a couple years ago, maybe like technically a couple years ago, but like in December. Which I'm not really big on hero shooters, but Mecha Break is a hero shooter I don't mind playing because, well, I'm all about mechs, and big robots and stuff. You know, sci-fi. I have other interests too, but that's kind of like my main avenue. It's just lately I have been on a bit of a big front mission kick. Mostly because like it's a game I discovered when I was young, back when I first started getting into like emulators and whatnot, and I had never heard of it before because the first front mission game didn't get a official Western release until I think on the DS, which was a port of a PlayStation 1 re-release that had a whole second scenario attached to it. And then I never got to play the original of 2 because, again, it didn't get released in the West because, well, for whatever reason, it was a hard sell over here. But I did play the I did play the remake, and I thought it was okay, but then I looked at footage from the original Front Mission 2, and other than the load times in the original, like, the presentation of the original, just the way the battle scenes and whatnot played out, looked so much cooler than the remake. Well, to be brief, if you've ever played like Fire Emblem or Final Fantasy Tactics, Front Mission is a game that's kind of like that, but obviously with big robots, and they are customizable to a degree. You can combine different torsos and arms and legs to, but depending on the game, there are different effects. Like you might have more evasion. You'll be more accurate with guns, stuff like that. Or at least that's how the mainline games were. So 1 through 5,
And then there were a few spin-offs between that, like Gun Hazard on Super Nintendo or Super Famicom, didn't get a Western release, was basically a reskin of Cybernator, which was a side-scrolling shooter. And then there was Front Mission Alternative on the PlayStation 1, which played like an RTS. There was also Front Mission Online, which I think was on PlayStation 2, which was like a third-person shooter MMO type thing. Front Mission Evolved was kind of like Front Mission Online, but it was more of an arcade shooter than like an MMO type shooter. I never got around to playing Left Alive, mostly because I heard it was bad. Like, really bad, like not worth paying for at the time. I might try to look for it and see if they've got it on the cheap and finally check it out, because it's technically part of the Front Mission timeline. Again, when it first came out, I didn't hear great things about it, and I figured I'm gonna save my money. If it's not that great, I'll wait for it to go on sale. Then I kind of forgot about it. Well, this is the thing I was talking about right here, the freezing. It happens at random. Last time it happened at the end of the mission. Now it's happening right when I try to start it. And, alright, let me close that. And shoot. Alright, well, I am going to try and get the PlayStation 2 emulator fired up. And I'm going to go ahead and start on Front Mission 4 tonight. At least get an hour of that in. Because I really don't feel like wrestling with this PlayStation 1 emulator anymore. Yeah, like I said, I don't know if it's the game, or I don't know if it's like the ROM, or if it has something to do with the recent updates to the emulator. Because I'm about halfway through the game, and I've been playing it, off and on, a couple times a week. Never had any problems before this. It's something that only started recently. Just gotta figure out, where did I put the folder at? I don't need the folder. That's right. I have the desktop screenshot or desktop shortcut. Get to it through there. But yeah, I'll like when I get off here, I'll look around on the internet and see if I can find something, or see if anyone else has been having the same problem I've been having. And like, I'm hoping that I'm not just like, shit out of luck, because I do, because like I said, I'm about halfway through the game, and I really don't want to have to put it on hold. But if I'm going to keep having these technical issues with the emulator or the game itself or whatever, I'm going to have to. Otherwise, I'm not going to get any progress done, and I want to have stream after stream of nothing but technical issues with barely any progress on each one. You know what I mean?
Oh, uh-oh, where'd I go? There I am. Yeah, that's a possibility too. I don't I didn't download a whole lot of games for the PlayStation 1 because like I said, the biggest reason I got it is because I really wanted to play Front Mission 3 again. But the only other games I really have at the moment are Gundam Battle Assault 2, which is a 2D fighting game with mobile suits from Mobile Suit Gundam, and I can't remember the other game I have on there right now. So I'll try. So I'll at least off camera, I'll try Gundam Battle Assault, and if it works fine, it might just be a problem with the Front Mission 3 ROM. However, I do hear my dog barking, so I am going to step away just for a few minutes to see if he needs to go outside. Otherwise, there's going to be a mess for me to clean up, and I kind of don't want to have to clean that up this early in the morning. So yeah, I'll be back in about 5 minutes or so. And if you're not here, like if you got to work by the time I get back, I do appreciate you showing up and at least checking out a little bit of Front Mission 3 before the emulator decided to crap its pants for like the sixth time tonight. Oh, okay. I'm guessing it's a job. I'm not gonna grill you for details or anything, but I'm guessing it's the type of job where you can have. Oh, you just got there. Okay. I thought you were like already at your job, and it was kind of a job where you're allowed to have something sitting there to just kind of listen to. But I mean, if you're just pulling into work and you gotta go, again, I do appreciate you stopping by and actually chatting with me a little bit. Oh, okay. So you get to work early and just kind of hang out for a bit. Smart move. I respect it. All right. Well, I am gonna, like I said, I am gonna step out for a few minutes to check on the dog, make sure he's get his business taken care of outside, so I don't have to clean up any surprises. So I will be right back. And ordinarily I would throw up a be right back screen, but in this case I'm gonna go ahead and let these intro videos play just because I think they're really cool looking. And like I said, I won't be gone too long. It'll be about 5 minutes or so. Oh. All right, I'm back. Okay, yeah, that makes sense for like a call center. I can see why they would have those kinds of rules in place. Like even if you're not doing it, like there's the possibility that someone could do that with their devices or books or whatever. So yeah, that makes sense.
And that's good that they at least let you have snacks. Even if, even though even it's not full meals, but something to keep you going through the day. But yeah, as far as like emulation goes, I mean, most of the stuff you can find it on the internet just with some simple like Google searches and whatnot. The Nintendo stuff you might have a harder time finding because in the time since I first started doing emulators with like Super Nintendo and whatnot, as you probably know, Nintendo has cracked down so hard on that kind of stuff. Which, on one hand, I can understand why they would crack down on it like that. But on the other hand, like, they make it so hard to get the classics anymore. And like most of them, they don't sell. And then you've got stuff like the virtual Super Nintendo through the Switch. And for whatever reason, they keep adding these like weird, obscure games that I really doubt a lot of people played back when they were new. So I don't know if it's just like licensing issues or Nintendo just being Nintendo, I mean, like, of course they have, like, the essentials. They have Super Mario World, there's Link to the Past, Donkey Kong Country 1 through 3, and, like, there's a good bit of games on there now. A lot of them are just, like I said, just kind of weird, obscure games. Some of them are good, some of them aren't.
Father 1 to Arrow 6, what's your status?
Arrow 6, all checks are green. Initiating pre-start pilot confirmation. Confirmation complete.
Arrow 6,
And also,
you must
Front
be
Mission
wondering why
4
you're
was
here.
the first Front Mission title to feature voice acting.
No, sir. I was
Though,
informed that
unfortunately,
Major
it's
Reynolds
one of those
always wanted
cases
to
where
answer before assuming the post.
some scenes have voice acting and other scenes don't.
Yes,
but at least it gives you enough to where, like, if you're reading along and you've heard the character voices, you can kind of fill in the blanks in your head.
You should do fine.
Yes, sir, Commander.
But I get it was probably like a disk space issue
Not an army.
as to why they couldn't have the entire game voice acted.
Thank you, sir.
I'm gonna initiate jump procedures, if you two don't mind. Cargo bay, all green. Jump in 10.
Also, in case you're wondering about the hat, no, it's not my birthday. The series Front Mission turned 30 a couple days ago, and the first session I did that was supposed to be the birthday special for Front Mission. That's when I really started running into the problems with like, I guess, Duck Station or the ROM being corrupted when I was playing Front Mission 3. So I was like, I'm gonna do a two-parter, and like I said, I tried to fix it, and it was working fine offline, before not streaming, and then I get on and stream and works for a bit, and then it starts giving me issues.
LO6, jumping.
So I'll play a little bit of Front Mission 4 to wrap up the, I guess, Front Mission's birthday month,
LO6,
and I'll probably just continue with this from here on out, at least until I figure out what's going on with Duck Station or the Front Mission 3 ROM.
Father 1, LO6, all green.
So, how's the new mount?
Its response is so quick it's hard to balance. The control layout is a bit different from the standard ones.
Were you expecting any less? That's a Durandal special you're in, lady.
If you don't think you can handle it, we can cancel the exercise.
No, I'll be fine. Please begin.
Good to hear, Arrow 6. Now, follow my instructions closely.
Alright, now first off, if you ever decide to play Front Mission 4 for yourself, I would suggest going to, if you hit start, go to default speed, put it on fast. Because otherwise, if you don't put it on fast, I'll actually turn it up, actually put it back to normal real quick, just to show what the normal, like, movement speed is. It looks cool the first few times to see them, actually see the Vonzers walking around in 3D, but they move so slow, and it gets old after a while. So yeah, now that I showed off the normal speed, I'm going to change it to fast, and then I'll show off the fast speed. Which looks comical, but it helps keep the action moving a little quicker. In Front Mission 5, they kind of solved the movement,
You need more time to
kind of like
practice.
the movement speed by, if you noticed from the intro, from the first intro movie, where the Vonzers were kind of skating across the ground, they made that the default movement type in Front Mission 5. So whenever you move your units around, they do that slide skate instead of just lumbering over to where you told them to move.
No, I'm used to it now. Thanks.
Good. Let's proceed to the next step. Arrow 2 and 4 will be your opponents.
she's a pretty good.
Father 1, requesting permission to initiate combat with Arrow 6.
You are not authorized to engage your opponent, Arrow 2.
Don't you think it's about time you stopped pampering the new recruit, Father 1? I'm going to fight her whether you like it or not.
Hey, Arrow 2, take it easy, eh? Haha, this should be interesting.
Arrow 2, stand down.
It's alright. I don't mind.
But...
Oh, well, I guess I'll join in the fun too.
Well, she's not going to be able to shoot back without any arms.
This is Arrow 6. Are we done?
Yes, Arrow 6.
She got us so good, didn't she, Arrow 2?
Oh yeah, I forgot about how long this little miniature tutorial can be. But I figure since I'm like I said, since I record alongside the streams, I figure I might as well record it for anyone who's checking out Front Mission for the first time, so that they're not in the dark if they decide to pick it up for themselves. And that way, if they see it through here and they decide they want to play it themselves, they can skip all this because they already watched me sit through it.
This is Z. I am charged with leading our investigation. Are you a member of the Blauer Naval?
I am Wagner, the commander.
At your service, Commander.
We would like to start our investigation immediately. We'll be coming out in our Wanzers.
Before you do so, let me make one thing clear. The Blauer Naval will lead this investigation. You will be updated of our progress, but are advised to stay out of our way.
What? But we're here under the official sanction of the EC Central Assembly.
That is all. Now, if you will excuse me.
Wait!
Hey, take it easy. We don't want to pick a fight with them.
But...
They have their own way of doing things. Don't forget that someone just slaughtered their compatriots, and they're not in the best of moods. But don't worry. We have our own way of doing things as well. Take your Wanzer out. We're searching the base.
Understood.
What are they doing?
I can't tell, sir, but it seems like they're checking something inside their transport.
Have them followed. I want to know where they're going.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, this is the place. Even if a large transport plane landed here, the locals would just think they saw a UFO or something.
Good. Let's try to land.
Where have I heard that guy's where have I heard Zeed's voice
Whoa!
before?
They're shooting at
I
us!
feel like I've heard that guy somewhere before. In another, I'm pretty sure it was another game. I can't remember where I've heard his voice from
One way or
before.
another.
I know!
I am preparing for combat.
I'm going with you.
I'll have to try and look up the name of that guy's voice actor and see what else he played in, to see if I can kind of jostle my memory, because I know I've heard that guy's voice in another game before. Okay, Ruben45, I know you're probably a bot, because you're sending me the same message that I got like a yotta second after I started streaming, but your name was Tian39. But both of y'all have the Discord username Delight5. I don't know, man. It smells kind of fishy to me. I don't think you're real. Did my arch nemesis send you?
Little bit of 360 action there. It was great. Oh, that's the wrong button. That's good. I don't think I'm gonna fail the mission if Elsa gets got. I think that was just like a front mission 1 and 2 thing where, like, if your main character got, you instantly lost the mission.
I am sorry.
Alright, well, that was not a great start. We're gonna have to get my legs back under me for this
Glad to see
game.
you're both safe.
Hitting a little different than Front Mission 3 was, that's for sure.
The feeling's mutual.
There were fewer of them than I expected.
It seems like they had already started to retreat.
But if that was the case, they should have been taking all of the equipment here with them. Judging by the way they do things, they should have gotten rid of any proof that they were ever here.
Good point.
Still, it looks like they left in a hurry.
Do you think they knew we were coming?
I would certainly hope not.
In any case, let's search the place. We should also retrieve the remains of the enemy Avanzers for further analysis.
It's a waste of time if you ask me. This place is as burned up as that German base.
Alright, well, if anyone happens to be hanging out at the moment, I'm gonna work my way through to one more mission before I call it for tonight's session. I do have to get some sleep at some time. My eyelids are starting to get a little heavy, but I can power through to get at least one more mission in before we call it quits. Yeah, unfortunately, the majority of this stream, the first part where I was trying to play Front Mission 3, unfortunately, it's starting to fall through. Like I was discussing with a viewer earlier, it could be the emulator, it could be the ROM. I don't think it has anything to do with the computer. Like I said, it's not a very resource-intensive thing, so it's not like, oh, it's freezing up because you don't have enough RAM. It's barely putting a dent in my RAM, so that really can't be it. I mean, it's unfortunate, and like I said, I'll look into it because I would like to finish Front Mission 3, get like a whole playthrough, at least one of the routes, because if I'm not mistaken, there are 2 different routes. There are 2 different like stories that you go through in the game, and I think that decision hinges on like a choice you make, like in the very almost in the very beginning. It's such a cool song. I love, like, pretty much every Front Missions game has a really cool garage theme, except for 3. Like, as a matter of fact, 3's soundtrack in general is probably the weakest of the bunch. Like, and one thing is, this is something that kind of started in Front Mission 3, just because of how, like, the narrative and the story went compared to, you know, Front Mission 1 and 2. There wasn't really any way to, like, actively put an arena into the game like 1 and 2 had. So starting with 3, they turned the arena into simulator fights, which would give you experience and money like arena fights would used to. The only thing is, I think the simulator fights are way better because it's basically playing, you know, like a diet mission. You get a little money in your pocket, you get a little experience. You can do them anytime you want, but I think in Front Mission 4 in here, I think they introduced like diminishing returns, so you can't just sit there and grind a simulator over and over and over and over and just power level that way. Like, after a while, you're just not, it's not going to be worth playing. You're just not going to get enough to make it worth the time. I think I already saved, but I'm going to go ahead and save again, just to be on the safe side. I do have to wonder, like, who actually fails this mission? Like, the transport has so many hit points. There's not a whole lot of enemies. Like, I wonder if anyone has, like, legitimately failed this mission, like, suffering from a terminal skill issue, failed this mission. There we go. We got it. All right, so I am gonna take off. I am gonna dip at the next intermission after I get saved up.
Yes.
We'll be returning to headquarters to analyze the evidence we found. What about you?
I must stay here and clean up this mess.
But of course.
Ready to go when you are.
Did you see? On the monitor.
Yes, Wagner's irises. They were red.
And those tactics he used. I've never seen them before. The Blauer Nebel's secrets run deep.
Yes.
Oh, well, speak of the devil. Here's the intermission. So, let's go ahead, save. Alright, we're saved up. And with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and call it for this session. Had an unfortunate first half, wrought with a little too much dialogue. One battle that froze at the end, and then just constant issues after that. Like I said, I'm gonna have to, for now, we're putting a hold on the Front Mission 3 playthrough, just because I gotta figure out what's going on. I don't know if the ROM's messed up, I don't know if it's the emulator itself, I don't know if one of the updates broke some stuff, or what. And if I can't figure it out, then I'm just gonna jump on and just go to Front Mission 4, because it's basically, Front Mission 4 is basically Front Mission 3, but polished up, and doesn't have goofy shit like random ejections and status effects and stun from handguns, small arms fire. Like, as much as I like Front Mission 3, there is stuff about it I don't like. And, like, I'm almost ready to hop in my time machine, go back to the go back to the room where they were all discussing, like, oh, what can we do with Front Mission 3? I'm going to find the guy. I'm going to find the guy who made it to where you can randomly get stunned or confused or ejected by, like, every attack just at random on... I'm going to smack him. I'm going to smack that guy. I'm going to get my time machine, go back there, go back in time to the developer room, find that guy, I'm going to smack him upside the head. Because, like I said, having skills that do those things like stun and confuse and force a pilot to eject, having those be tied to skills, that's alright. That makes sense. But the fact that it can just happen at random, too, no matter what kind of attack it is, little handguns forcing pilots to eject out of 15 to 20 foot tall war machines, come on. That kind of stuff right there, that just, it makes Front Mission 3 so much more difficult to play than it needs to be. And they took that out, and they stopped doing that stuff in 4. The only thing I have against 4 is that you are forced to have a melee weapon to have a melee option. So, like, if you run out of ammunition, which that's another thing Front Mission 4 added, was ammo counts. Well, it didn't necessarily add it because they started doing it in Front Mission 2, and then they stopped. They didn't do it in Front Mission 3, then they brought it back for 4. But, like, if you run out of ammo and you don't have a melee weapon, like you just have like an empty hand, you're boned. It's not like Front Mission 3 where like you can attack barehanded. Like if you don't have a melee weapon, you just got an empty hand and your gun runs out of ammo, you're screwed. You're screwed. You got no way to defend yourself unless you bring like ammo refill items for the weapon type you have. I don't understand why they took away barehanded melee in 4. But anyways, that's enough ranting from me. I'm going to go ahead and get going. I am getting a little sleepy. Been a little bit of a frustrating night, but I'd like to think that I turned it around a little bit at least. And when I come back for the next session, we're just going to continue on Front Mission 4, because, like I said, I've played this ROM and this PS2 emulator, like, a few years back before I started doing streams. No issues whatsoever. None whatsoever at all. Been through tons of updates. No issues whatsoever. Nothing's broke. I think I've only had, like, one freeze in the span of time that I spent playing Front Mission 4 and 5. So, Front Mission 3 is on hold for right now till I figure out what's going on with that. In the meantime, we're just gonna progress with Front Mission 4, and if I never figure out what's wrong with the Front Mission 3, well, I know that it works it works fine when I'm offline. I had no issues when I was testing it while not streaming. But I don't think having the stream on is affecting it. Just because I've streamed half the game already with no issues. Or it's just a perfect storm of bullshit where it's an update broke something and caused the ROM to get corrupted to the point where it will randomly freeze up, but only when I'm streaming. I don't know. Like I said, I'll look around the internet. I'll see what I can figure out. But in the meantime, we're just gonna be playing some Front Mission 4, and at least till I figure out what's going on with Front Mission 3. If I can't figure out what's going on with Front Mission 3, we're just gonna progress with 4, and then after 4 is done, if Mecha Break is officially released, I'll probably just jump on that and then do a Front Mission 5 stream either later, or try to actually do this more often and have one game one day, another game another day. But whatever, that's future stuff that I'm going to worry about in the future.
anyways, if you watched any of this live, like if you popped in for like 10 minutes and disappeared, or Nazakumi, if you're still there or whatnot, I do appreciate you showing up and hanging out for a bit live. I appreciate anyone else who decides to watch this after the matter of the fact. Again, sorry that the first half of this stream was a disaster. You know, kind of a repeat of the last session. But, again, whether you showed up live or you're watching this after the fact, or you're watching this somewhere that's not Kick, like, you know, wherever I decide to upload the edited VODs and whatnot, I do appreciate you checking it out. I do appreciate you stopping by. As always, be good to yourselves. Drink plenty of water. Don't trust thoughts about yourself after 9 p.m. If you get to a point in life where you can't live for yourself anymore, live despite your enemies. Because if you can't find happiness, then your haters shouldn't be able to find happiness either. Don't make them happy. This is Dr. Slammer from Slammer Labs Industries signing out for now.